Okay, so today I'm going to take you all on a quick tour of my son's school, Pan American International School in Luque, Paraguay. And full disclosure, I've also been working here for the last 10 years as the business manager. So we'll take a quick walk around the school, just show you what the grounds look like, and I'll talk a little bit about the school and our time here for anybody who has a child who may be looking for a school here in the Asuncion area. So right now we are in January and we are not in classes. So the school is basically vacant. Most of the staff are on vacation. We're just down to a skeleton crew of maintenance people and cleaning people just to keep the grounds tidy. And also it's our opportunity to do repairs that are needed, get caught up on things that we can't do during the academic year. So anyway, we'll take a walk down to the kinder and the primary area. And just a little bit about the school. The school was founded in 1993. So we've completed already almost 33 years. And the school was founded by an American couple, husband and wife team, very well educated people, very well experienced. General director is the husband. He has his PhD in education, and his wife is the academic director and the real founder of the school. And she is a dual master's holder in education and child behavior sciences, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but they have spent many years in education before coming here, and they had worked in overseas international education as well, so I believe in Pakistan and in the Philippines. Talk a little bit about before we start walking around the grounds, just take a look. The school, talking about security, the school is completely surrounded by a wall, and we have armed guards contracted. The same company that provides security for the U.S. Embassy here also is contracted for our school. So we've got armed guards on the premises, as well as over 30 cameras. I think we're up to 35 cameras now. So we have good control of what goes on here. Student safety, aside from the education, student safety and staff safety obviously is an imperative. So this is the nurse's office. We're down in the kindergarten section, and I always love coming down here because this is where my son first started out all those years ago. He started in the right in this classroom right here, for Kinder 4, for the 4-year-olds. We start taking them at 3 years old, and it's more or less like a nursery, but with full English. And then Kinder 4, and this is Kinder 5. Down here, the music room. You can see stuff is kind of like just put up. We're not operating. So first grade, and second grade. And we'll cut back through the plaza here. It's interesting, when my son first came here, we had been living here for almost 4 years. We basically came here when he was just 2 months old. So he didn't speak any English. And this is the Spanish class right here. The school has ESL for people who need it, as well as SSL, Spanish as a second language. But this classroom is for the required Spanish classes that they have to take from the ministry, required by the ministry, I should say. And so this is for the primary level Spanish, and the third grade right here. But anyway, like I was saying, my kid didn't speak any English, and he didn't really see a need to, and living here in Paraguay. So I tried to teach him stuff, and he really didn't take to it. But once he started here, he started in a group he was fortunate enough to have a group that, and here's the kindergarten playground. In his group at that time, there were 8 countries represented, and so he very quickly was motivated to speak English, and really it was amazing how quickly he became basically fluent. I mean, in a matter of like weeks, because it's total immersion. This school is one of the, I think there are only 3 in Paraguay that are full-time English language schools. And here you can see back in the back there's a pond, but we're undergoing drought conditions again, so the pond's pretty much all dried up. But anyway, and like I said, we're doing repairs here. You can see. Now over here we've got the small soccer field for the little kids with AstroTurf, and then the playground for the little guys as well. But yeah, this school truly is an international school. We've always got between like 17 and 22 or so countries represented here. Mainly countries from, and here's the big soccer field. Mainly countries from South America, Europe, and then of course the United States. So we'll take a walk through here, go into the middle school area, and you can see the grounds are very I don't know what the right word is, rustic, but it's very well designed. The academic director here designed all this, and she planted all the trees when they first came here. And it really gives a nice feel to the place. It's really, even though we're in Luque, you feel like you're in a tranquil kind of place. It's very conducive, I feel, to studies. But anyway, here's multi-purpose room. And here's the grounds. This is like the center of the school, and every Monday it's required by the Ministry of Education that they, like when I was a kid, we used to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning. Well, here Paraguayan tradition is they sing the national anthem. They have a ceremony every Monday morning. So we have the the 3 flags are usually up there, the U.S., the Paraguayan, and then the Luque flag. So but yeah, I lost my train of thought now. No, I was talking about the grounds. It really is beautiful. It keeps the maintenance team busy with all the trimming and raking, but really is a beautiful place to for the kids to study. And like I said, we are a school that offers 8 hours a day English language. Most schools in the country that offer English language, they're called bilingual. So they're usually English for the first 4 hours in the morning, and then in the afternoon they go to Spanish. And over here is the physical education area. So, and here the cantina. And as far as PE goes, our PE unit, the director of the PE section has various specialists in different sports. So basketball, soccer, ladies handball, volleyball, and our teams compete. Also, we have school teams that compete for with other schools, just like any place else. And you can tell it's rush hour now. But yeah, like I said, the grounds are really beautiful. And else was I gonna say? This is the library. You know, it's funny because as far as the library goes, not too much more call for libraries anymore with the internet being so prevalent. It's interesting that if even your kids would even want to pick up a book at this point. And then here we have the robotics classroom. So we offer also robotics education and basic informatica. It's like I guess programming computers, stuff like that. And here we'll go take a look at the this is just the entrance, the other entrance to the cantina here, and it's all locked up. I can't go in and show you. You can take a look maybe in the through the window if you might be able to see something. I don't know. Probably not. But anyway, I don't want this to sound too much like an advertisement for the school. This is basically where my son comes, and we have a student body of approximately 250 students. And like I said, I don't know what the current makeup is, but basically it's usually always about 50% Paraguayan and the other 50% international. So, and as far as countries from Europe, usually we always have people from Germany, Italy, Spain, Holland, Poland. We have someone from Russia at this point right now. Then we've got the US, we've got the surrounding countries here, Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Bolivia, Colombia. And then in Asia we have students, usually from Asia. We always have from Japan and from Korea. And during my time here, I don't think we've ever had anyone from anywhere else in Asia except those places. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up at this point. Gave you a quick spin around the place, but like I say, I am very pleased with the school. Aside from the fact that I work here, I'm very, very pleased with the way the school has taught my son, and that falls back on the founders of the school. And basically, like I said, because they're so well educated, they have really put in place a robust curriculum to ensure that the kids really learn. And well, you can see it's hot out here. I'm sweating, but yeah, I'm very pleased with the results. And as far as English language goes, that's one of the reputations of this school, is that we churn out students that have very good English language skills. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to get too much into for it to sound like I'm selling the school, but those are my feelings. So anyway, but if you are interested in the school, I would encourage anyone to contact our admissions office, and they will be happy to send you information or discuss coming here. Set up an appointment if you want to come look at the school. So, but anyway, I think that's about it. I've walked around the school. It's over 100 degrees today, so I'm sweating myself to death here. So I think that's about it. Adios, amigos.